We're back here at the gym, about to light my back up, have a super clear mind afterwards, and I'm gonna come back to you guys once I finish that. But one thing that's just been on my mind all night that massively helped my journey through trial and error, failing so many times at trying to make different things work and balancing all of those ventures while still being inspired, while feigning away from burnout and all of the common, I guess, byproducts of somebody that is trying to push themselves. Understand that you are not one person. You are two different people. And it's important to know when is the appropriate time to step in either personality. Everyone knows who Superman is, right? Everybody pays attention to Superman. Everybody wants to be Superman. Everybody loves Superman. But one of the most iconic defining factors about him is his suit. And who pays for that? Not Superman. Clark Kent does. How does Superman pay for Lois Lane's dinners when when they enjoy time together? Superman doesn't pay for it. Clark Kent does. You cannot be Superman 100% of the time. Superman time is spent when you're not being Clark Kent, when you're not being obligated to provide for yourself and your family through logical means, in which most people don't even want to do anyway. But they usually just go through forms of escapism or lie to themselves to make them believe that their reality isn't as painful as it is. But as somebody who has experienced so many ups and downs in my life, at one of the lowest points in my life, rock bottom, I would consider, this time of year last year, October through December, was the most gut-wrenching depression I've ever felt in my entire life. And this is the first time me ever speaking about that on the internet. But you know what got me out of it? Understanding that if I couldn't solve my own problem being Superman, because psychologically I was in such a prison, I could not have a vision for myself. I literally my creative mind and my capacity to expand my growth and progress was completely capped. To now being able to step in and out of both personas at will is a skill that massively changed my perspective on life and who I am. The last 8 hours of my life was Clark Kent time. I had to do that because guess what? This camera in front of me is Superman time. Now let's get in that bitch and let's get a good ass fucking workout in, guys. What's going on, YouTube? It's Saturday, October 18th, 9:36 p.m. I have a scheduled shift I'm supposed to clock in for at 10 p.m. For those that don't know, I'm a commercial truck driver. Right now, I just work for a facility locally, so I don't go over the road too much. However, I just wanted to turn the camera on real quick just to show you guys the reality when it comes down to being an individual who is striving for growth, excellence, while still maintaining all of the core aspects of a balanced life. Working a full-time job Saturday through Wednesday while still having a healthy relationship and building my personal brand, my online business, is part of the reason why tonight in particular I have very little desire to even go clock in to this building right behind me. I just joined 100x Mindset, a community founded by John Mark Stevenson. For those that don't know of him, he's an online fitness coach, essentially teaches people how to scale their own business, their own personal brand. And this decision was a long time in the making. It took a lot of inner work, a lot of pain, and a new rock bottom for me to accept the fact that I'm avoiding ripping off the Band-Aid, knowing that I could be placing more energy, more focus, and especially investing more time and money into myself, into something that I am passionate about and that I believe I could do for the rest of my life. Most of you guys watching this video might fall into the same category of dissatisfaction with what you do for work, or maybe you're simply somebody that likes the mundaneness of a routine life and a predictable life. Unfortunately, that's not me. If you pay attention to me for any amount of time, I assure you, you are one and the same if you are even watching me at all. I'm not geared towards the people that want to make their life easier. The easier life has been made through my own hellish cycle of poor habits, lack of structure, and just pure addiction has led me to experience one of the greatest transformations of my life and allowed me to help so many other people without even knowing it. And this is simply just who I am at heart. The same discipline and consistency that I use in my own business, in my personal life, in my relationships, platonic and romantic, as well as the gym, my finances, all of it is done with the same intensity and the same level of care and attention. Why? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. At everyone's core, there is an underlying subconscious that is either slowly chipping away at themselves because they're being controlled by their own mind, or they're utilizing it, they're reverse engineering it and using it as their own weapon. I'll tell you right now, the more and more you seek to escape your current reality, the harsher and the more abrasive the paradigm shift will be when it comes time for you to wake up and start taking true, genuine control of your own life, what you want for yourself and what you want to give back to those around you, as well as your legacy, your future children. If you don't want children, that's fine. But as a man, it's the crux of a man's life to fall many times, but to keep getting back up and to experience a separation, a shedding of your old skin, if you will, in order to become the person that people look up to, that people come to in times of struggle. Even though I'm sitting in front of my job right now, recording myself for the very few people that watch me, I know for a fact if I apply the same level of determination and consistency with my borderline delusional level of faith in my own capabilities and what can be possible if you hold on to the same frequent thought for long enough, what your frequency can eventually turn into. Your frequency will always be what you frequently think about. Which begs a question, what are you currently thinking about? What keeps the most space in your mind? And what is keeping you from displacing it, from taking it out of there? Is it action? Is it fear? Is it lack of information? Is it a lack of belief? Lack of direction? What is it? Ultimately, until you start asking yourself better questions at the root level of your problems, you will never truly understand your own competency to overcome them. For me, what do I think about on a consistent basis? I think about how I'm going to get at the very least 1% better than yesterday in all metrics of my life, in my articulation to be able to share messages across the world with people through a camera, to be able to make sure that my love life is in check and I'm not putting it in jeopardy because I'm prioritizing money or status or my career or anything like that. To be able to still keep my head on my shoulders and not let something as simple as a 9 to 5 poison my mind and poison who I know I am, simply based off of the environment I am forced to stay in. After expanding my mind, joining the 100X Mindset team, it's almost like I've jumped out of the fishbowl, and now the fishbowl is now just become larger. I'm about to spend 8 to 10 hours building somebody else's dream, when hypothetically I could leave right now and spend the next 8 to 10 hours making content, building my business, developing myself. But logically speaking, that wouldn't be smart of me to do, because that not only will hurt the same foundation that built what I have right now, which is sheer discipline and a sound mind, but you don't know how bad I would love to just completely drop everything and just pour my heart and soul and everything I have into you guys. For a long time, I never knew what it was. I never knew the thing that was going to keep me inspired and keep me pushing forward until I discovered this avenue. And I have still not done enough to even know the right metrics in which I know I can even be successful, and which is why I need to keep putting up numbers. I need to keep staying on top of everything in my life with the same level of pressure. I know I bounced around a lot of different topics this video, but the main key takeaway, if you take nothing away from this video, is to meet yourself where you're at and be fully authentic in your emotions and what you are thinking and feeling. Because right now, even though I am forcing myself to do something I don't want to do, I'm transmuting these thoughts and emotions into something purposeful before I have to go in, before my day even starts. It's not even 10 p.m., but after I get off, guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna head straight to the gym, completely reset myself, and show you guys what it looks like to be at baseline when nobody is expecting anything of you. I'm gonna wrap this video off with that. I love y'all. Stay hungry for more knowledge. Keep God in your heart. if you don't believe in God, I strongly encourage you to seek your own spiritual journey and find that source within you that gives you support, that is that rock to stand on when nothing else of this world comes to your aid. And if you have any kind of feedback to share, put it down in the comments. Let me know. And see you guys in the next vid.